Hello, everyone, and welcome to a wonderful podcast with my friend Mike. And I'm Scott.
God,
Um,
what are you with your terrible intros? We need to work on this. Oh
oh no, it's wet everywhere.
God.
Anyway, we're gonna be doing. We are doing a shortened, possibly, maybe, who knows?
Why?
Uh,
Why do we need to say it's shortened? Because we know it's gonna hit an hour because we're gonna go off on a tangent, just like I am right now, and it's gonna turn into an hour.
so we're gonna start off with talking about the latest trailer, or the. I definitely can say with confidence, the final trailer of Peacemaker season 2. We're gonna then talk about the short of Krypto. We're gonna then talk about the release dates of both Marvel Zombies and of um, Gen V, and then we're gonna move on to talking about the collection one of Marvel Zombies in the comics, and then we're going to be talking about a character spotlight for Mike. So let's get right into this, and we're going to start off with Peacemaker because we just listened to it. Well, I listened to it, you watched it.
No, yeah.
Um, this one, I don't know why, but it got me more excited.
Oh, it was so funny. Like it got to the core of what was so good about season one with it, and
It
really
was
this universe in general with it, with like its yeah, they want to make sure that people are laughing while taking serious moments serious.
but I also think too, like what they did in this trailer was, granted, they made it a point to say, well, we're going to show a lot of swearing, and like they did,
Hmm.
but it was the other stuff that we saw, which was like, oh,
Oh yeah,
we're
they're
going full on.
they're showing peacemakers and bisexuality. They're showing
Well, I would. So here's the thing. I'm not disagreeing with that, but definitely more of like group
well
activities,
that yes,
large group
very
activities.
large. Yep.
Um,
Um,
minus vigilante, which is awesome,
um, it was showing that.
which
It was showing the violence because there was quite a bit of violence in this trailer.
which to be fair, as weird as it sounds, the violence was the least shocking.
Oh,
As weird as it sounds, however, Eagly's
Eagly's violence was.
violence was definitely shocking
um,
for sure.
and then his beef with an alien coming out of the pocket dimension that his dad owns.
So hilarious. Something that makes sense because we saw it in Superman.
Hmm.
Granted, not same alien. I want to make that clear. But it was hilarious. I don't even know how to describe it other than hilarious.
Yeah.
It was just so well done. Very excited to see it. I've loved that, like, um, him and James Gunn. First off, they do love each other. I want to state that in that sense. Like, they don't. They actually have, like, they actually care about each
They
other.
have a good
But
friendship.
what's hilarious is the one thing that James Gunn hates and John Cena loves is all the pictures of him and John Cena together, and everyone posts, why is James Gunn taking selfies? And it
That was at the one of the cons that John Cena had made a comment. He's like he hates it.
what's hilarious is it's just so funny to me because it's like it's a joke, and it's a joke that just stuck,
Yep.
and for whatever reason, and the best part is James Gunn goes, "You hate it too," and he goes, "No, I don't." He goes, "I make you think I hate it, so I don't have to listen to you." He goes, "But I love it,"
He's
and then
just
what's
like, why?
hilarious,
Why is James sitting next to a floating helmet? Like, why? Why is this?
and then he holds up the helmet and he's like, "Look at, oh my gosh, it's James Gunn and John Cena," as he's holding the helmet, and I'm like, "That's hilarious." And James very clearly does not like
He
that.
just thinks it's the stupidest thing.
But no, I'm very excited to see it. Um, I mean, let's be honest, I was well before this trailer came out.
Yeah.
Uh, that's not even a shock. But I'm glad that they're not like backpedaling in on the violence or the rated M for mature at all. Um,
The initial reviews is that it Rotten Tomatoes after the first couple of days of viewing is giving it 100%. Which obviously, like I always say, critics versus audience are very different, but
correct, but I feel like
there's
for
still like
once,
early viewers saying it's great. It's slightly different than season one in terms of like that season one had more of a joking tone versus season two has more of a serious tone, from what I'm hearing from initial people. But
which we kind of got that from the trailer because it's Peacemaker wanting to be the hero.
well, from the first trailer, from this trailer, it seems they're trying to push the comedy a little bit more.
all right, I'll agree to that, but I feel like the comedy's still gonna be there, but it might have a more serious tone
No,
to it.
yeah.
Um,
Which
but
season
no,
one
I
was
definitely
serious too.
to to be fair. Well, no, agreed. I mean, the final episode alone, I honestly thought everyone was dead. The first time seeing it, no, but
I
seriously,
know
like
you've said it. You said it a few times
you
now.
also said it too. Like
I know.
realistically, we
I
um,
just haven't repeated it 100 times.
it was 102. So, but no, very excited to see it. It starts the 21st, and I'm super excited. And
What
it's
is that
once per
next
week.
next Thursday
I believe it's Thursday. I believe it's
or
Thursday. Is
this
it
Thursday?
Thursday?
21st is Thursday. Yep.
Okay, perfect. Um, but yes, I'm super looking forward to that. But I also have heard like we get a lot of our answers in episode one
Yep.
of like
What?
what's canon, what's not, where it's kind of going without being blatant about it. Meaning like you'll have the basic idea, but you won't know everything, obviously. Which I'm super excited to kind of figure out. But what I mean by that is more of like where the DCU is going,
Yeah.
I should say.
Yep.
Um,
They're set.
right,
This is going to be setting the tone for the most part. At least
yeah,
this
which is
phase of it.
interesting. It's interesting that they're doing it in a show instead of a movie, but I'm
And
not mad at
Peacemaker
it.
of all things.
No, no, I agree. But I mean, like, take the character out of it, but a show in general,
Yeah.
just because of the controversy technically with Marvel in the sense of being too much.
I mean,
And
they've James Gunn has already been very upfront about how he plans to handle this universe. It's one
and
movie a
he's been
year and two shows and
he's
two
been keeping
animated stuff.
and he's been keeping to it.
Yeah, so far it's been that way.
The
Well, I
only
mean,
thing the
this
only thing
year
I'm going to argue the only thing I'm going to argue though is for the DCU, Elseworlds and everything else is separate, so there might be technically two movies.
supposedly, I actually don't.
No, no, no,
I did not send this to
I
you,
agree.
but there's people talking about because now the characters of each other's universes are starting to follow everybody. So like, Superman is following Matt Reeves, or David Cornsworth is following Matt Reeves, and vice versa. So everyone's like, oh, maybe it's like they're gonna do like a quote unquote licensing thing, like Spider Man, where it's like it's not James Gunn, but they're gonna be borrowing the characters for certain situations. Um, so I don't know because there's no like legal battle, but I mean, obviously, like if they have that kind of setup, it could be interesting. I know a lot of people want to see Matt Reeves' Batman with James Gunn's Superman. I know a lot of people want to see that interaction.
No, I got you. No, I get your point. No, definitely. There was also a rumor, and granted, it's just a rumor, is that there might be a Batman potentially in this.
Oh, this is the first I'm hearing of that.
From what I'm hearing, it's from the parallel universe, not from our universe.
Still the first I'm hearing about it. So,
No, I know, I know. But
that's
like
that. I
this,
mean, I feel like that's a little bit less. Like I feel like that is much bit of a stretch because I don't think James Gunn wants to show a Batman until he at least like whether like if
Creature Commandos.
that wasn't like an actual Batman, it was just a silhouette.
Fair. I mean, realistically, to be fair, we
If they
know
show like a
that.
silhouette of Batman, then sure.
No,
But
I
like,
was gonna say also if they just as stupid as it sounds, if they thought Batman was gonna be in it because they saw like the bat signal,
oh
that's different also
yeah,
too.
that's also yeah.
Um, but I get your point. Well, I'll be curious either way. I mean, I'm not. I'll say this. I think that anything could happen in this, and we're just gonna be enjoying the ride either way.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so let us move on to crypto because it's DC related. This was hilarious. Krypto's chasing a pigeon, basically causes the destruction of the city enough where a bus
That
needs to be
but
saved.
that poor school bus couldn't catch a break.
Not even a little.
It was
Um,
so funny.
no, it was so funny, but I love the idea that it was called Crypto Saves the Day, when in fact
It was all
he
his
was the
fault.
cause of it. Yeah, yeah. Also, I think like this is a me thing, but like the bus still driving with the broken windshield.
Oh, the paint on the windshield.
No, it wasn't paint; it was cracked.
Oh, yeah. After, well, it was still driving with the paint on the windshield too.
That is also true. I
I forgot the guy fell on the apple fell and cracked the windshield. I forgot about
oh
that.
yeah, no, he fell on it.
Was it him or the apple?
I thought it was
I
well.
mean, they both fell on it. You know.
That is fair. That is fair. And to be fair, I assumed it was him because he weighed more, but it could have been him first, then the apple, then the crack.
I
So
think
I'm
that
not
would have been
convinced.
it, but it could be obviously
Here's the thing. I am not disagreeing with you. I'm saying
not a deal breaker on this trailer. We get the point.
no, and it wasn't a trailer. It was a
Sorry,
it was
short.
short.
Yeah, sorry.
But no, I enjoyed it. It was funny. It was exactly what we would expect from Crypto. Specifically, this version of
Oh
Crypto,
yeah,
I should
this
say.
definitely this one, this troublemaker.
Yeah, I told Mike too yesterday when we were filming something else that I was like, "Oh yeah, I love the fact that he stops mid-flight to scratch his ear.
Yeah,
Like instead of like continuing to fly and scratch, it's like typical dog, like stop running, like stops mid-air and just starts scratching."
so funny.
No,
That's just,
it fits
and
perfectly.
I love the pigeons just constantly like toying with him and just.
But like also surprised, like, oh wow, this dog is not what I was expecting.
Yep.
And I'm like, he's using laser vision. Like I hate to be the bear bad news pigeon. You are lucky you have
I
laser
love
vision.
I love that the crypto just flies by and the pigeon just stops and waits for crypto to come back and then he just like carry on. It's like okay, it was cute. It was an adorable thing.
No, it was definitely funny. It was definitely cute. It was definitely what we were expecting for this version of crypto.
Hmm.
But obviously, like, just also hilarious that the name was Crypto Saves the Day when he did that. But then we'll quickly go into talking about. So Marvel Zombies is coming out September 24th,
24th. Yep.
which is the same day as the Gen V, correct?
It is the exact same day as episode 4 of Gen V.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. So it is part of the same schedule, just not. It's obviously
I
after.
guarantee Marvel's going to do its typical thing because Marvel tends to, if I remember correctly, Marvel usually likes to release its shows on Wednesdays. So because this
Well,
is
used to, but then it was Tuesday at one point. Then it's been
sure.
Friday at others. It's like I don't know what their plan is anymore.
Historically they usually like Wednesdays. But
I will say
yes.
majority of the time, yes, it has been Wednesday. It has been Wednesday, weirdly enough, at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Um,
If it releases on Tuesday, usually it's Tuesday at 9 p.m. And then if it's Wednesdays, it's like bright and early.
yes.
It's midnight Western time.
No, no, correct. So like for us, it's 3
Yep.
or 4.
And then so they might they've like we said they already pushed it up by a week and a half because it was supposed to be August 4th. Now it's September 24th.
I can't imagine them pushing it up again
But by
because with
one
the
day,
day.
it's not really going to make a difference.
I
Especially
know, but I
depending
feel like I,
depending on how Gen V's like reception is, they might not want to compete with that.
to be fair, I get it, but like I
Gen
also
V might
feel like
push it up a day early too, because the boys, when they've released stuff, they announce it for a certain day, and then it's like, oh, guess what? It's actually a day earlier, and they surprise drop it. So,
they also might be. Yeah, that also could be it too. They might be waiting to see what they do in general.
well, seeing that we're going back and forth between Gen V, the first 3 episodes air on September 17th, and then it's weekly from there on out.
Which is funny because the idea is it's like supposed to be like school coming in.
Yep, around the beginning time of school, so it's
So I
obviously
found that to. So I
a
found
few
that to kind
weeks
of be
later
weird.
than when school actually starts, but we're
Well,
close.
but two.
Huh?
Most places it's after Labor Day.
Oh, everywhere
So
by me is before Labor Day.
I know because your culture is different.
My
Um,
culture's different. You're from Rhode Island. I don't want to hear it. All right, you guys are so messed up.
Well, actually, I do have to say, out of all things, though, we do it after Labor Day, and I have to say that's actually the smarter thing.
I prefer
Because
that.
this,
And when I was a kid, it
because
used to be before after Labor Day, and now they've started changing it to before. I'm like, kids are gonna hate this.
correct, like it's like you have 3 days and then you have a day off. It's
Yeah.
like so stupid. But anyway, take that away for a second. But like the idea is, I just thought that was kind of cool because it's school.
Hmm.
Technically, I thought that was a very good ploy on their part. But I'm very much looking forward to this. I'm super excited. I am weirdly enough more
I
excited
do
than.
want to say though, if you're looking at September 17th as a start date for school, that's already very late. That's the end of September, and if you're going to school that late, you're going to be getting out of school very late. Most schools aim for the beginning of September, not the end.
Well, also, I will say this though, probably the places that do that, if they do, they're more southern.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. Well, actually, southern schools go back to school very early. They go back in like the middle of August.
which is so weird to me because that's like hot. Like, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. We're going off
Southern
topic.
schools don't have that situation like northern schools. They're
Also
hot.
true.
They're hot all year round. So
For the most part, yeah. Obviously, the summer is worse.
yeah.
But anyway, but no, I'm very much looking forward to it. I mean, they're doing the stereotypical release where it's 3 episodes first, then a week after each, just one.
I don't even know which one we were actually. Were we talking about Gen V or the Marvel Zombies? I don't.
Oh, I'm sorry. So, really quickly, just I went to Gen V.
We like I don't remember where we started, so
We
I.
started with Marvel Zombies, and I don't remember if we finished. So just very quickly, they're coming out on the 24th, and all 4 episodes are supposedly airing.
I disagree with Scott on this
And we'll find out who's right.
because everything I'm seeing is saying weekly. Scott is looking on Wikipedia, and for some reason, he sees Wikipedia as God and listens to
Well,
everything
what's
it
funny
says.
is when I still looked at Google, it was still telling me October 3rd, which is why it was even funnier to me. Like, why don't you look at Google? And I'm like, it says October 3rd, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna argue with this guy anymore. Um, but anyway, my whole point I'm making is the assumption is they're gonna do the same thing they did with Eyes of Wakanda. I'm hoping not, just because I feel like I want it to go into October. For
You know what's funny is I just looked up Marvel Zombies and it says release day is October 3rd. So it's like um
isn't that funny, Mike? Huh? Um,
that's hilarious.
which is what was killing me because I'm like I know it's the 24th because they've made like a. But anyway, we haven't. You know what's weird though? We have not gotten a trailer for it. You know
No,
that?
we haven't. We got one trailer way back, but it was like a very small teaser
It
trailer.
was not even a trailer. It was just a still
Yeah.
because they anything that they showed moving was from What If.
Was it? I don't it's been a while, so I don't remember.
So the only thing that was new, and I'm putting that in quotes, was the still which showed the characters that were announced at the time. Obviously, now that there's been more characters announced, but
Mm.
yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to both of them. To be honest with you, it really doesn't matter when they come out. I'm going to be watching both, um, so I have no concerns on that
So
front.
I just want to say I just looked up
You
it
looked up for a fourth time?
Screen Rant. I know you know who they are.
Yeah, I do.
Marvel Zombies will only release the first episode on September 24th and will release the following 3 episodes weekly. Um,
Interesting.
Director Brian Andrews shared with Collider that it's like a 4 episode mini event, like a film broke up into 4 parts. So, like I said, I'm seeing both. Now I'm
I'm
seeing
seeing
more
both
both.
as well. To be fair, all joking aside, I have seen both, so it's like I'm not as confident as I should be, but we're both unconfident.
Oh yeah,
So
I mean they haven't come out and officially announced it. Everything
to be fair, I
is
think the only thing we can agree with is, regardless whether it's all four or just one week at a time, the 24th is when it starts.
supposedly.
That is also true. That is also true. He's not wrong.
We just talked about this. Like,
23rd or October, no, 24th or October 3rd.
yeah, the October 3rd was the original, and then the September 24th is the new
Which is
one.
so weird because those are not 7 days apart.
I just told you a week and a half.
I know.
Eh,
It really messes with me.
yeah.
But anyway, that being said, I'm looking forward to both of them either way.
No, and I
It's
mean, obviously, after just reading the comic series, like now I'm just like, whoa, what are we in for? You know?
well, that's the other thing too, where and they're also using the newer characters from the MCU as the main characters for Marvel Zombies, which I'll be very interested to kind of see.
I mean, here the thing is though too is from the what if. Obviously, they use the MCU characters, but now going in, like you said, they haven't showed us too much, so they could
Well,
add
no,
more characters.
they. So I'll say this: when they did the still was all of the brand new characters that were released for like already had a movie planned
Mm-hmm.
or like were in it. So like White Widow, Shang Chi, Kate. Bishop, like characters that have already been proven to be in the MCU are going to be in Marvel Zombies as survivors.
Hmm.
Granted, and also weirdly enough, there was a human that I cannot remember now. It's gonna bother me. They mentioned a random human, which does throw me off, but it doesn't matter. But I'm looking forward to it either way. So let us move on to Marvel Zombies, the first complete collection. So the way it was supposed to be read, and to be fair, Mike and I talked about this. Although it was supposed to be read in a certain way, as long as you read like the groups in a group, it didn't ruin anything. Meaning, like if you read the Fantastic Four with the Fantastic Four, or if you read the Marvel Zombies with the Marvel Zombies, or the Black Panther with the Black Panther, it didn't ruin the story whatsoever.
Yeah, it was interesting because when Scott sent me a screenshot of what the book
Which is the
says to
which
read.
is the which is what you're supposed to read for sure, but it wasn't the correct
Yeah,
order in
so like
which it
when
came out.
when when I was looking it up, I was looking it off of based of like it said, oh, read Ultimate Fantastic Four, Marvel
21 to
Zombies,
23, then
Zombies
30,
Dead
32.
Dead Days, and then Black Panther. So I went in that order, and he then turns around and tells me, oh, that wasn't the right order. So
Again, and it didn't ruin anything whatsoever because
each
what
each section was its own thing. So like
no, I think the only thing that was might have been a little bit confusing for you was the way the Fantastic Four ends, and then you see them already with Galactus suits. You see the zombies with Galactus suits is probably the only thing that might have thrown you off temporarily.
I don't even remember that, to be honest,
So anyway,
because
when
it was the Ultimate Fantastic Four.
well when Doom comes to when so what happens is Doom then goes to their universe and then sees them feasting,
Yes.
and it's do you remember who's feasting? It is the six or five, I forget, that have the Galactus powers. They were chewing Galactus at that point.
So that I do not remember. I thought because it was tied in, I thought it was Magneto. I I'll have, yeah. If you look it up,
I'm
then
actually looking up. No, I'm
yeah,
looking it
yeah,
up right
look
now
it up. You
because
have
I
you have
purposely
easier
I
access than I do.
I purposely brought this in front of me for this reason.
That's yeah,
Keep
good.
talking. Sorry.
But
Ew, I forgot about that.
I so
Sorry. He made maggots. I apologize.
he made maggots.
Oh, you know what? I'm wrong.
Oh, was that were either of us right, or were we
No,
just mixing it up?
no. So to be fair, the ones we see are the ones who turn into Galactus. However, they do not have Galactus's suit yet. So we see Wolverine, we see Power Man, aka Luke Cage,
Yep.
we see Hulk, we see half of Iron Man, and we see a legless Spider Man who still has his webbing, which is funny. And then we have Henry Pym.
Yes. And does it say who he's eating or no?
No, they're not eating anybody.
Oh, they're not. So you just okay.
No, no, no. So I was wrong.
Okay.
But I was right in the sense of who we see, but I was wrong that they were. To be fair, they look like they had just finished eating, but we don't see who or
Okay.
anything.
Yeah.
Like it's very like very vague in the sense of like we don't know fully what's going on. But it is the because at this point Captain America is already gone and dead because or Colonel America I should say because
Like
it's only
like like
one, two, three, four,
like
five. It's only
dead, like
five
double dead.
permanently dead.
Okay. Yeah,
That's
because
a better way
because
of putting it.
I don't remember when it happened, but he got his
It's when
brains
the red.
taken out.
It's when Red Skull real like literally scooped his brains
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. Okay.
So it was after he got the power cosmic, but then Red Skull scooped his brains out because it was vulnerable,
Yep.
and then he died.
Supposedly, and I mean, like, what was it? Hawkeye died because he got his head chopped off, which was just like okay.
Which was the assumption, but they
They
never
never
confirmed it.
found the body or
And
whatever.
to be fair, we've seen Janet without a head.
Exactly. That's why I'm just like that. They just were like, okay, he's dead.
Well, I think the idea was he definitely was useless at that point.
Oh, also true. Um.
But no, I have to say this. So the way it was supposed to go, just so you know,
Okay.
was the idea was you were supposed to read the first 21 to 23 of the Ultimate Fantastic Four,
Mhm.
which leads the zombie Fantastic Four,
To the other universe, their universe.
but then Reed goes to their universe
Hmm.
for a little bit. Obviously, then he gets it back
Yep.
and tries to save everything. Um, and then it goes to Marvel Zombies,
Yep. Which I did.
and then it goes to Fantastic Four 30 to 32.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
read
so
all the Fantastic Four
no,
first.
no, I know.
Yep.
Realistically, it doesn't ruin anything,
No.
as we
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
discussed. So then the idea was the reason for that is because when they the idea is because we now see the remaining ones
Hmm.
that have survived question mark however you want to describe
Yeah.
them,
Yeah.
they're still
The
animated,
Sure.
um are the ones that are the only ones left,
Hmm. Yep. Because
which
the
is the
rest of
only
them have
reason why they
been
want you
whatever.
correct,
They killed each other,
more or less, yes.
re-killed themselves. Oh.
Fought for dominance. I don't know how to
The
describe
ones
it.
with the power cosmic are the last zombies remaining.
Correct. And then obviously minus Colonel America, because he's the only one who gets the power cosmic who then gets defeated.
Mm.
And then we have, like I said, 30 to 32, which is when the zombies are outsmarting the humans, which was hilarious to me. Mr. Fantastic, the zombie Mr. Fantastic saying, I can break out at any time, and then realistically couldn't,
Yeah.
but figured out a way to convince when the Fantastic Four left to figure out exactly what they needed to do.
Yeah. It was. I mean, still being the smartest person, smartest being in the universe is, I they were so sadistic. Like it is absolutely crazy. I
I I will say this. I also like when Doom goes in there, he just destroys them.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Granted, it's not Doom. Spoilers. It's Reed Richards, but he kills his alternates like without a problem,
No, because he knew what was coming. And at that point, he was just so lost because he was so defeated from Doom
beating him.
beating him. Well, I wouldn't say beating him, but get,
Well,
trapping him in
basically,
a situation.
yeah, I would agree on that one. But no, overall, so well done. Then getting into Black Panther, which was basically the Fantastic Four again, because they take over for Reed. He and Storm take over for Reed and Sue, which is hilarious.
Yep.
And they get teleported to a different dimension, which we're assuming is the same dimension as Marvel Zombies.
Yeah. So the ones that we see are a different universe. Black
But they
Panther.
correct, but they
They
teleport to
teleport to the Marvel Zombies universe somehow. They don't
which
know how.
well they do and they don't. They know it's from the
They
frogs,
figured
which
out that the frogs did it, but for the most of the issue, they didn't realize that they were in a different universe.
that is also true.
It
That
was
is
it
very
was
very
when
true.
they encountered the zombies and was talking about Earth that then they were like, oh, actually, this must be a different dimension.
We already ate you.
Yeah. Well, Chikala didn't get eaten.
Well, I will argue that they think that they did. I know they didn't,
The
but
the I think the rest of them know. The rest of them think that they did, but remember, Hank was saving him, so he realized that he escaped, and he never told the rest of them what was going on.
yeah, but I'll say this also. Hank also knew that he had both limbs, so he was like all his limbs, so he was like, "That's not him."
Oh no, no, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that was very easy for him to spot because he's like fresh meat. Um, I also like that the scrolls couldn't make the super scroll again, so they had to make individual ones,
Hmm.
which I thought was kind of cool. They were also the first ones to turn into zombies, which I thought was kind of cool. Um, it was really well done. I loved the back and forth. Excuse me. The back and forth between the Thing, Human Torch, and then T'Challa and Storm, because they're like taking it seriously, and the Thing and Ben and Johnny are like, no, we always make
Yeah,
jokes.
this is just who we are. You have to get used to it. Like,
And I also like too, like he's like all of a sudden, like Johnny's like, man, I can't run like this, and he's like, man, you need to work on your physical endurance. And he's like, I don't need to do this. Like, I'm not expected to go toe to toe, like running wise with T'Challa, but I should be able to run like Storm.
Yep.
And he's like, I can't even do that.
I liked when Black Panther was getting attacked by Reed Richards, zombified Skrull Reed Richards, and
Yes.
she electrocutes him, and everyone's like, "Wow, you're lucky that Black Panther is what how resistant to electricity." And she's like, "Yeah, we've played this game many times before." I'm just like, "Oh wow, you guys are funky."
We took that very differently.
I know.
Because I did not take it that way. Because he is a king and she is his queen, and they are respectable people.
Respectable by the people don't mean that they don't get freaky.
Oh, they definitely do, but I doubt he wears the suit. Um, that being said, it's insulated was the word you were looking for.
Thank you.
But I thought that was funny. But no, I did think that was funny. Um, I loved the fact that Johnny used to data scroll.
and it
Which we
was
don't
just
know what universe they're from because they're not from the Ultimate Universe either. I don't think.
no, they were different.
Completely different.
Yeah,
But anyway, thought that was kind of cool. I just love the Galactus outfits on them because like the way the suit looks on the zombies, it like covers the destroyed limbs.
I assume that they just with the cosmic power, they just used that to cover up the destroyed and like refill their bodies. That's how I took it.
Well, Iron Man was still half of himself.
Aside for Iron Man, I just thought that was a thing.
Well, no, because like also like Luke and Wolverine both were missing a limb, an arm.
And Spider Man was missing a leg.
Yeah.
So I just assumed that with the suit that they just recreated, and Iron Man just wanted to be half half a
Neither one.
half a
No, none of them did.
zombie.
But I do like the back and forth between Luke Cage and the Hulk.
Luke Cage and
Because
everybody, like he just fought with everybody.
he did.
Hulk just wanted to eat and punch things, and Luke Cage just had a temper tantrum every time.
All the time. He was by far the weirdest one to survive,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah.
Out of all of the people we deal with, like Thor and everything else, like the one that gets it is Power Man, aka Luke Cage.
Even Spider
Like
Man is like
perfect.
constant guilt about what he's done, and every
Don't talk about my aunt, my girlfriend. Now give me a piece of that scroll.
I loved how he was willing to just like die with Thanos and death, and he's like, why is he taking so long to kill you? And it's just like, oh
And Spider Man's like, I smell flesh.
yeah, just complete. The guilt
I
is gone.
honestly, I was like, oh wow, are they really done? And then I was like, all of a sudden, I'm like, they're not dying. What's happening? No. So the other thing I wanted to mention too was the Hulk ripping off the head of Silver Surfer.
Yeah, that one caught me off guard. That's I was just expecting Silver Surfer to not be able to get infected. So the fact that he got
Well, technically he did not get infected.
not being able to get his skin pierced.
That's fair. Um, but I think Hulk would have been the only one to have been able to do that, so it does make sense. Um,
Potentially.
well, let's be honest. Out of all the other characters, he would have been the only one.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he should have. I'm saying like if you could choose only one, it was that one.
Yeah.
And then once his head was removed, it was easy for everyone. Which
Well,
was
obviously. I mean, once his head's moved, he's dead. So.
correct. I also love the fact that they ate Galactus. That was kind of cool.
That one made me question about like how like I've never actually seen Galactus consume a planet. So like, does he literally just go in and like eat the planet, or like I assume that he.
There's been many versions of how that looks. Some like he devours the core of the planet himself,
Mm-hmm.
and like that's how he eats the planet. Like he's not eating the dirt; he's going into the core and eating it. Like there's others where he just absorbs the energy. There's others where he like cracks it like an egg. I mean, there's a wide variety of stuff.
Obviously, in this one, like they use the cosmic power to kind of like I get
Feed on the planet,
yeah feed on it and destroy the planet, which we saw in the Black Panther issue. Um,
and that filled them more.
yeah, I guess.
Mark. The way they made it, I'll say this: they alluded to the fact that that's what it made seem.
Well, I mean that was obvious. So like that was the end of for me. that was the end of the issue. So like
To be fair, it was technically the end because everything else you see after that
is
is
the
just
beginning.
past.
That's true.
So, like, yes, we're on the same page. So I'm very curious to see where that goes because if that be the case, then they might not have been hungry, like for flesh anymore. They might have been just hungry for energy.
Which is worse.
No, 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 I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying that, but they were so used to eating flesh that they were like,
Whole new
let's.
world.
So what I have to say is, and then so while we talk about the beginning, we have to talk about how awful Mr. Fantastic is, the zombie one, and evil the Hank Pym is. Um,
Yeah,
they were the two worst ones.
they were they.
Spider-Man, I'm giving credit because he didn't have control of himself. Those two though had control of themselves enough to know exactly what they were doing before they turned, which makes it worse in my opinion.
Well, obviously Reed Richards, but Hank,
He had not turned yet, and he was purposely getting himself a snack.
he was in the process of it. So like,
Yeah, but all right, I'll give you this. He waited until he was bitten, but he didn't wait until he turned. He was like, "I'm already gonna die. I'm gonna eat you.
that's
Come here."
that's fair. That's fair.
So like,
Well, like here's the thing: is like because he was in the process of turning, he was like in the mindset of like I gotta make sure like he was half zombie, half human. So that's
was
how
he yet though? Was he though?
he got bit. So he was instantly turning.
So if I got bit by a zombie and I go, Mike, come closer.
If you got bit by a zombie and you said come closer, I'm gonna get
But
way
I'm not
away
gonna
from you.
tell you. I'm not gonna tell you. I'm
Look
gonna
at
let you
what
find out.
look at what Peter Parker did. He got bit and went to his aunt and MJ and was feeling the hunger coming in.
But he didn't know. He didn't know that that was the cause of it yet. Because I will admit to that.
So, but if he knew what it was, I guarantee he would have been staying away.
Oh, 100%, 100%. I'm not disagreeing with that. But Hank Pym knew what was happening and was like,
I'm not
"I'm gonna
so
take
like I'm so here's the thing. I'm not giving him credit. I agree that he's messed up, but what I'm saying is that he was not fully in control of himself.
I will say that he was better than Mr. Fantastic, but like that's not a good bar to
It's
clear.
not that great. It's like here's fantastic, here's him. So it's like
No, I here's the thing. I 100% agree. Um, I'm also curious to how the Hulk gets turned.
yeah, because well, I mean, obviously with Reed being able to go stretchy, so he probably went between the rocks and actually got into his bloodstream somehow.
Rocks. You're thinking of the Thing.
Wait,
I'm talking about
who did you say?
the Hulk.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, so the Thing he cut him. Like he gave him a small microscopic cut,
Yeah.
which is how he infected the Fantastic Four, and then the Fantastic Four infected him.
Hmm. Yeah, and he was it's just the yes, give it to me, infect me. I'm just
Making sure my skin is extra firm so you can bite into it.
so weird. But yeah, I
This
was
is the conclusion I wanted.
definitely interested in the Hulk, especially because like obviously when we saw in the MCU's Hulk could not get infected.
But what I also noticed too was Hulk still sort of kind of had his regenerative abilities more so than the other characters because his stomach wasn't ripped open when he turned into a Hulk.
I don't when he, I
So remember, all right. So remember when he starts eating people, when they eat Magneto,
yep
and he has the bone, and then he turns into Bruce, and the bone rips him open,
yep
and then he transforms into the Hulk again. He doesn't have that rip anymore,
okay yeah I see
which
that
is
yeah
funny because he still has the burn on
I
his
was gonna
skin.
say he has the burn,
I no. I'm not saying
but
in
when
the
he but
sense.
when he turn but he when he turns into Banner he doesn't have the burn on his face.
Also true. So maybe it's two different people. You're
Yeah,
absolutely correct. But also we do know that he never turns back into Banner after that.
after that he's never turned back. Yeah, from what we've seen.
Um, valid. Um, but no, very happy with it. I have to say. More
Happy.
gruesome than I expected. Yeah, I thought it was a very enjoyable. I thought it was actually a happy story.
With the happy ending, the zombies lived, you know.
Honestly, it was incredible. Like the zombies were then God, and they get to be the higher life form, like Reed wanted. Um,
It was
you know,
just,
also,
and like you said, like we were talking about yesterday, is like he wanted to become a zombie after his children got eaten by She-Hulk. So it's like that was Like I said yesterday, I know you've mentioned about how Reed is so smart, but yet so stupid. Like this was on full display, and I have to say they showed that in a lot of these comics because it's just like he was so fascinated by what he was working on that he didn't pick up on Sue being upset, and I'm like, God, how is that a thing?
Also makes you wonder too, but the hunger does change things. But it's funny that she doesn't get mad at him after they have turned.
Well, at that point, she's so focused on eating that
No,
she doesn't
fair,
care.
fair.
I'm curious, just in general, like how some of these heroes got infected. Like I know we saw Doctor Doom thinking he was safe in Latveria, but yet later we find that he did turn into a zombie. So
Well, two different dooms.
no, not the one that I'm talking about. I know the one that you're thinking of was is the different one. I know that, but when they were talking about
Oh, you're right.
the
No,
zombie
no, I'm
universe
sorry.
one,
You're sorry. You're talking about Dead Days. You're absolutely correct. I apologize.
yeah,
You're right, because he's like, yeah, no, we're fine, and then obviously he turns.
and then yeah,
Um, no, definitely cool to like also like people like Juggernaut.
mm-hmm. Who's supposed to have
Like,
unbreakable skin?
well, he doesn't have unbreakable skin, but it's like if he just keeps running, he doesn't get cut. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not gonna get the infection, like because he can run through buildings without taking damage.
Yeah.
So like him running through a zombie would not get. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, if that's the case, like if he's one of those guys, that, like the ones that there's only certain few that could stop him, like the Hulk, the Thing, possibly. So
I'm
it's like,
curious at how like the X-Men, aka like Colossus,
yeah,
gets infected. But I don't remember seeing him infected
I
though.
don't see, I don't remember seeing him at all. So
We do see the X-Men or some of
we
them.
saw we saw them getting invaded by the zombies, and they had said that
No, I
Professor.
thought we saw them in Marvel Zombies. Maybe we just saw Storm.
No, no, no. We saw most of them, but we didn't like. They had mentioned.
I'm not talking about Dead Days. I'm talking about in actual
Oh, oh. Then I
two
don't.
very different. No, no, I
Yeah,
know. We're saying the same thing, sort of.
I mean Wolverine, obviously.
Well, as weird as it sounds, at this point, I don't. I think in this universe, he's more Avengers than X-Men at this
Oh,
point.
really? Okay.
Yeah, because you got to remember there was a time where he was more Avengers at one point. We see Angel. We see Angel.
We saw him getting killed. Yeah.
Oh, we do see Cyclops.
Yep. Yep. We
We
do.
do see Cyclops. When he's fighting Magneto. We do see Wonder Man at one point, but we only see him in what's it called? Shoot, we only see him in. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I can't think of it. Oh, we do see Spider Woman. That's interesting.
Oh, that might have been one of the ones I didn't recognize. Was she in a different? Was she in like a different kind of suit?
Spider Woman.
Yeah.
No, she's in her comic book accurate, but
No.
she's in a panel where you would not have looked at her, if you understand what I mean.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot going on. We see Beast. We
I
see
don't remember
Beast.
seeing Beast. So.
He's in the crowd. You
Yep.
wouldn't have just like picked him out. We see Storm. I know you definitely seen Storm.
We never saw Professor X because as they explained at Dead Days, that he got ripped to shreds.
No, 100%. I believe that's Nightcrawler, maybe? Question mark. I'm not. Oh no, it's no, 100%. It's Nightcrawler. In one panel, I couldn't tell for sure, and then the next panel, it was definitely
No.
Nightcrawler.
I thought it was
We see.
interesting that two characters took claim for this situation because um, it was Magneto brought it in because he wanted to wipe out the human race, and
But it turned out obviously not to be the
yep,
case.
it turned out not to be the case. But then also Doctor Doom, because of his mistake, created an issue in the other universe. So
Yes.
I thought it was interesting that
Oh, I don't remember seeing Moon Knight. It's interesting.
oh, don't remember that. Oh yeah, in the back over there. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't have obviously put two and two together. As stupid as that sounds. Because I don't even see him put anything through Moon Knight's head. which is interesting. Just gonna keep looking just to make sure. Keep talking.
I mean, I'm running out of things to talk about. That's the problem.
No,
um,
I know. I'm just trying to see. Yeah, you know what? I think it's just Cyclops, Angel, Wolverine, obviously, but I'm not counting him. We see Beast.
I
And
thought I saw. I thought I saw Rogue.
you might have saw her in Dead Days. I don't think you see
I'm
her.
getting it. Like I'm blending it. So like I just
No. I
remember
agree with you 100%. I get your point, and
because
I'm trying
I
to.
remember there was a panel like a close up of her hair, and I like obviously I saw her hair. I'm like, oh, that's Rogue.
I believe that was Dead Days, but let me just make sure.
Um,
Storm, Wolverine,
no,
Cyclops.
it was pretty. It was this comic was very graphic. Like obviously I know comics are a lot more graphic than what we see in the MCU, but like I just wasn't
Oh, Kitty
expecting,
Pride. Kitty Pride.
was not expecting to see the amount of gore that was shown. I'm not complaining about it. I thought it was great, but it caught me off
No,
guard.
well, very well done, for sure.
I remember. I
Just
think it might have been Dead Days, but I remember seeing Scarlet Witch getting overrun. That was
that was
most.
Dead
Yep.
Days.
Um, yeah, no, great. And like you said too yesterday, is that it still had a story. It wasn't just a mindless like zombie apocalypse. It like, and it's crazy that they're still conscious and like even though they've wiped out all of humanity, they're like either A still trying to find a cure or B trying to find a way to survive. Um, absolutely, I thought that was just crazy.
Oh, we have the Scarlet Spider though. That's interesting. So in the crowd of survivors, right? When they're meeting with Nick Fury,
Yep,
so we see people like Scarlet Witch, Vision. We see the Fantastic Four. We see Iron Fist. We see Colossus. We see Magneto. We see Cyclops. We see Gambit. I'm not gonna name them all, obviously, but like we have
there's a whole mess
Scarlet
of people.
Scarlet Spider, which I find to be interesting. We have Wonder Man. We have Firestar. We have the other Ant Man.
What's his name?
I don't know which one that one's supposed to be. If it's supposed to be Scott Lang or somebody else,
Oh, okay.
because he's got the mask on.
I didn't realize. I
There's.
actually didn't realize there were three Ant Man.
Mhm. I think the person you were thinking of was Black Cat.
The one with the hair.
Hmm.
Um, actually, now quick question. In the um Black Panther series,
Hmm.
who was that giant beetle thing?
I have no idea.
Oh, okay. I'm glad.
No, I legitimately had no idea. It's got to be some sort of race thing that I don't know about.
Racel. I'm sorry. That's
No, but you know what I mean. Like it's clearly some creature that I don't
yep.
know
No.
about.
Yeah.
Um, but it's clearly got a point in history at some point. Um, but nope, I got nothing. I got nothing for Rogue.
No, it's all right. No, I was I was
And you know
mistaken.
what's funny? It makes sense to me because Miss Marvel's in it, aka Carol Danvers.
Mm.
So I would feel like Rogue isn't in it.
Rogue is not in it because of Carol Danvers.
Yeah, a lot of times when they have like big power ups and stuff like that, they have one or the other.
Oh, okay.
Because the idea is when they're both powerhouses, but only when one of them's not around. Because like for Rogue to be a powerhouse, she has to take from Carol Danvers. Like the Rogue we know is
Oh,
one
yeah,
who
yeah,
takes Carol Danvers' powers.
yeah, yeah. Okay, I
Um,
forgot about that. Yeah,
I know you did. That's why I'm explaining it. I'm mansplaining.
thank you.
Welcome.
Sometimes you do good things.
It's rare. But speaking of mansplaining, would you like to do your character spotlight?
Yep. And so the reason why I was asking about the beetle is actually kind of coinciding with my character spotlight. In DC Comics, there is a beetle-like character in it, and that character's name is.
Is that the reason why you picked it, or is it just random? It just happens to be that.
That was the reason why I picked it.
Okay.
Um, I saw it in the comic and I was like, oh yeah, this is a character. I'm going to use that because there's really nothing going on that needs explaining this week because we know everybody in Peacemaker. So
For now.
for now,
For now.
yep. So this character was first introduced in August of 1972, and his name is Forager. Um, Forager is depicted as an insectoid alien from New Genesis who is subjected to prejudice from the planet's other inhabitants, the New Gods.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
dark side related.
That's right, it is. So, the original Forager. Foragers people are a society of humanoid bugs that thrive in colonies beneath the surface of the planet and evolved from the microlife spread on New Genesis during their war with Apocalypse. Considered to be below the New Gods, the bugs form a lower class of New Genesis and are sometimes the target of prejudice. Although Forager was raised among the bugs, it is implied that he may actually be a new god. Initially treated as subhuman by the New Gods, Forager proves himself to be a worthy ally against the forces of Darkseid. In the 1988 storyline Cosmic Odyssey, Forager is killed saving Batman's life and preventing the anti-life equation from destroying Earth. Orion returns Forager's body to the bugs, having come to respect them. Forager eventually returns in the 2017 main miniseries Bug: The Adventures of Forager, published via DC Comics. In the series, Forager awakens in a dream world following his death and encounters Sandman, who brings him to the real world by saying his nickname, Bug. There is a second Forager who is a female, and she appears as the defender of the bugs in this series in 1989, which is a New Gods series. Um, she is given the name of her people's fallen champion by the Prime One and Queen Widow, the leader of the bugs. She appears again later in the Countdown in the Final Crisis, where she is spying on Darkseid to find out about Light Ray's death, and she later recruits Jimmy Olsen to help stop the murder of the New Gods. Jimmy and Forager later enter a romantic relationship over the course of the series. Forager and the other protagonists are witness to the death of the New Gods, the greater disaster, and the corruption of Mary Marvel. Mary Marvel, just so you know, is Lady Shazam, which
Yes.
we
No,
saw.
actually, I did know that.
Okay.
So it's weirdly enough, that's like that was a character spotlight I did for myself
Oh, did you?
at one point when Shazam 2 was coming out.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know she existed until that movie.
Yeah.
Well, when that movie was announced, I should say.
In its final issue, she ends her relationship with Jimmy and joins forces with Donna Troy, Adam, and Kyle Rayner to protect the multiverse.
Adam who?
The Atom.
Oh, I'm sorry. That makes sense.
Like
I'm
the
like Adam. Adam.
Nope.
Who's Adam? And you're like Atom, and I'm like, oh,
The molecule.
understood. Understood. That makes more sense. So, I didn't mean to joke, but I'm like, who's Adam? Like, I'm like, that's not at all what we were talking about. Like, the Adam. And I'm like,
we have all these superpower beings, and there's Adam.
and Adam. And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And now that does make sense.
All right, so some powers and abilities. Forager possesses similar abilities to other New Gods, including superhuman strength, endurance, speed, and reflexes. Forager's incredible strength allows him to face much bigger enemies, jumping several meters high easily and running to great speed without fatigue. Forager is extremely long-lived and immune to diseases. Also, he is an accomplished fighter, hardened by the bug's harsh life of hunting and survival. In addition to his natural abilities, Forager carries a variety of tools, including a shield, adhesive. That was a loud truck. Including a shield, adhesive pads on his gloves, and boots that allow him to stick or climb walls and surfaces, and acidic pods. one of the main reasons that I was looking at this, because I've mentioned it to you before, is that I would love for you to for us to make time to watch the Young Justice series, and he is
Which I think we will be able to at some point.
yeah, we will, it's just
I'm
whenever
sure.
we have free time, I never think to
We'll just have
mention
to.
it.
I was gonna say we'll just have to divide it into seasons as we would always do anyway.
Yeah. He's one of them. He's kind of a main focal point in that series, and because I saw that Beetle thing in the Marvel Zombies,
Does it look just like
I
him?
thought of him. So
Does it look just like him, or is
yeah.
it like just similar? Oh, all right.
Oh, it
I
looks.
don't
I
know
mean,
that much to ask you.
it's a
Also,
giant beetle.
because
So
because we have to talk about this for a second. They've recently done crossovers with DC and Marvel
yeah,
recently.
they're issuing new comic series for that. Yeah,
Some of them I'm super excited about. John Constantine and Doctor Strange.
I didn't hear
Um,
about that one, but
oh no,
I
that one was a big one. No, the big one right now is Deadpool and
Batman.
Batman.
Yep, Deadpool
That's
and
the big one.
Batman. There was
There's also Wolverine and Batman, which I think is makes sense.
yep,
There's also Miss
Nightwing and
well, oh, Nightwing and shoot.
it was a
No,
it was a female character.
give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Because there was. It's gonna bother me.
Oh yeah, no, it's irritating me because there was like a list of them that came out, and I was like, oh, this
Oh no, there
sounds.
was a
I
huge
was
list,
like,
but
I
I
would
looked at
love
all
to
of them.
read these.
I looked at all of them. Um, there was Joker and Doctor Doom.
Yep, I did hear that.
That one threw me off like you would not believe.
That yeah, I'm like,
Um,
sorry, Joker's getting smashed.
give me a second. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. Of course, not going to show all of the covers. They're only showing the Batman and. Let me see if they're going to do it on this one. All right, so it's the Joker and Doctor Doom, Zatanna and Scarlet Witch, Wonder Woman and Captain America, Harley Quinn and the Hulk, Batman and the Punisher, Wonder Woman and Storm. But if you saw the cover, it would make sense to you. It was a hot dog eating contest. Makes sense.
That sounds sure.
As weird as it sounds, it makes sense. Um, I'm sorry, it does. I'm not gonna. You can argue with me all you want.
You're just like, you're just like, it makes total sense. They're having a hot dog eating.
Well, they're not gonna fight. Well, I mean, like physically fight. Anyway, Wonder Woman and Storm, Robin, aka Damian Wayne, and Gambit, Big Barda and Savage Land Rogue, Batman and Wolverine, Wonder Woman and Miss Marvel, Lobo and Deadpool, which makes sense.
Yep.
Batman and Deadpool. So it was Nightwing and Wolverine, but Wolverine, Laura.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I swore it was a
That makes
woman.
no. It was. It's Wolverine, but it's Laura's
Yeah,
Wolverine.
okay.
Catwoman and Emma Frost, and that was it.
There are a lot of comics that have been coming out recently that I want us to read. Like I want to read like
would be
those
awesome.
those ones I want to read. There's like the both have done it. Godzilla versus the respected universe.
Yep.
Um.
Oh no. Here's the thing. I 100% agree with you. I'm just stating like I agree with you 100%. And we just need to do it.
Yeah. It's just we need to remember it when we have some free time.
That's the problem where I feel like it's because it's not going to be new anymore. We're going to forget. I'm going to.
No, it's true. Like when the time comes, we're just like, oh, what should we do? And then
we'll do this instead, and we'll completely forget.
Yeah.
But that being said, that I just like the idea of the two universes coming together, because, which I also find funny that we won't be getting Dick and Jubilee together again because they were together the first interaction.
Oh, were they? I don't remember.
They dated for a little bit.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Well, they fought each other and then started dating, as typical lovers/fighters.
As Nightwing tends to do with.
Well, he wasn't Nightwing. Remember, he was Robin at the time.
Either way,
that's a clear factor. No. I'm only saying it that way because it's like it also is supposed to like allude to the fact that he's a younger one, but Jubilee's also young.
Yeah, she's a kid too. So depending on depending on the time period.
Yeah, I'm assuming that they were both teenagers, obviously.
Yeah.
Just because they were doing it that way. I also personally think they used that one so Jubilee would have somebody to fight, which also makes sense because I think at the time everyone else was older, or like everyone else would have been older or something like that. But anyway, that being said, we have a lot to do for the future in general. But for next week, we're going to be doing the season premiere of Peacemaker and any trailers that come out and a character spotlight from me. So make sure you like and subscribe down below so you never miss a moment and so we can always enjoy these times together. For now, this is gonna
Here
be
I
Scott
was
and Mike
thinking you were
signing
going to
out.
end right on an hour, and so you had to give that little extra fluff, and now it's just over an hour. I was like, oh, he's going to plan it perfectly. Nah.
Have a good night, everybody.